And good evening, everyone. I'm Scott Agnes of FieldhouseFiles.com. Fever had about a day and a half off as they resumed practice Sunday evening at Salesforce Court after playing on back-to-back days that allowed for them to enjoy Saturday off. Now, before practice here on Sunday, a couple news items of note. First of all, Caitlin Clark, top vote getter for WNBA All-Star Game. And Nafisa Collier finished in second with 1.2 and 1.1 million votes, respectively. Blew out the number of votes they got just 2 years ago as a combined league, which, again, is another indication of the trajectory of the league and how Caitlin and others have helped make this a rocket ship forward here. And the WNBA All-Star Game, of course, will be held right here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse coming up on Saturday, July 19, 3 weeks from now. But until then, a lot more on the Fever's agenda. They have a road game at Minnesota coming up on Tuesday night for the WNBA Commissioner's Cup, a championship on the line, a meaningful game on the line, and for the players, a $500,000 player pool purse that they would split among all the players. So all kinds of incentives right there. More than that, though, we also saw Caitlin Clark will have her first player exclusive shoe released Monday morning by Nike. So you want to check the sneakers app if you want to take advantage of that. But man, that's going to be gone in a couple of minutes. It's a version of the Kobe 5. She loves the 5s and the 6s. And speaking of Caitlin, we saw her back out on Salesforce Court. She's still limited in what she can do, according to head coach Stephanie White. Did non-contact work, did shooting drills, moved around comfortably from the limited time we were able to see there, was having fun, was her normal jovial self out on the court as they finished up practice with timed shooting. And then afterward, we were able to talk with several individuals, Stephanie White, Caitlin Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell, about all-star voting, about returning to action with meaningful games coming up with the Commissioner Cup, and of course, Caitlin's health. So come inside Indiana Fever practice with me.
I mean, anytime you get to be a part of the first, and I think, for me at various levels, first national championship at Purdue and the first WNBA team in Indiana and, the first WNBA championship for the Fever and now an opportunity for the first Commissioner's Cup. So I think anytime you get an opportunity to do something and be the first and be a part of the first, it's special.
Is that something you lean into with the talk of the team of we haven't won anything as a group, even last year, This has a little bit more meaning than your average game.
I mean, I think that they get that. It's not something that we've been top of mind for us. I think the money's been more top of mind for them than anything else, which whatever added incentive it is. I think another opportunity too, an added game to learn, to grow, and to be able to just get better.
Caitlin, obviously number one vote getter. I mean, have you begun to think, though, in general, just what this will mean for the city as a whole?
I mean, it's gonna be nuts. You saw it with the NBA, right? You saw it with the NBA and the ability for fans to show up and show out. Certainly, Caitlin being able to be a captain, she's gonna put on her GM hat. We'll see how that works right there for her. But I think just what an outstanding opportunity for our city to show up, to show love to the players in the WNBA, and embrace what we love, and that's basketball.
Any advice for her with her GM hat on?
I am not a GM, so I don't have. She'll have to talk to Kelly and Amber about that.
There's some coaching parallels here. She gets to kind of pick who plays, or she gets to pick her roster. Or
she gets to pick her roster, so I'll stay in my lane and let her talk to the true GMs for that.
She doesn't figure out the NFL.
Not really. No, I just love that.
To what extent was Caitlin available today? Did she participate in everything, or is she still?
Yeah, no, she didn't participate in everything. Still working her way. A lot of non-contact shooting stuff. We're just trying to progress slowly, making sure that we don't have any setbacks. So mostly offensive, non-contact work.
Caitlin, we saw obviously the results for the All-Star Game. I know you're more about winning, but still that's got to be a little bit meaningful for you, considering you're still so new to the league.
Yeah, obviously it's cool, and it's cool that fans get to be a part of it and having a little impact on the game. And then I think also it's going to be really special to be able to do it here in this city. And I think there's already been so much time and effort put in by so many people that aren't going to get credit for what they did to bring All-Star here. So trying to make it the best All-Star the WNBA's ever had. I know we'll certainly do that, but also it is certainly a cool honor for sure.
Have you seen your billboard that's going up on the JW?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Anytime you get on the JW in Indianapolis, that's a big deal. Good, thanks.
What do you feel like is a positive transition
positive what? Sorry. Trait. I think just adversity in itself. Like, nobody said this season was going to be perfect for us. There's always going to be ups and downs. And, I think as we get moving here and get to All-Star, then get through All-Star, like, these are the moments that we're going to look back on and hopefully be able to, give a lot of credit to for certain situations that we were put in, for, injuries or, coach it not being here for a couple games too. Like, everybody's been through a little bit of adversity here. So, I think just giving our group credit for being able to stick together and, know that whatever's in our locker room is really all we need to go out there and win. And I'm honestly just really proud of our group every single day. Like, come back with the same energy, same attitude, and wanting to get better. So I think just, being in situations that have been, tough and responding really well every single time is what we can always fall back on.
How did you feel after going through to what extent you went through today?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm going to be day-to-day from here on out, and doing everything I can to put myself in a position to play the next game every single time. That's always my goal, is to be available for the next game, and doing everything I can with the medical staff to be able to get my body right, to be able to do that. And but yeah, I feel good, and just going day by day.
How important do you feel like this game is Tuesday, given the fact that this team needs to experience big-time wins together for the first time? Yeah,
it's a huge opportunity for us. We're going to go in there, and they have a great crowd, great environment, a team that's very experienced with one another, have been in the finals, have been in big situations, won the Commissioner Cup last year. So I think it's a really great opportunity for us to go in there and see what we're made of, have a little pressure, but also just go out there and play our game. Just know that you don't have to play any different than we have been playing, and personnel will be really important, but we're certainly excited to go out there and try to play for something and get the win.
I figured to have a couple familiar faces in the All-Star roster, some of your teammates.
Yeah.
You getting any thought to that process? Do you expect some gift baskets from some of your teammates that join you there in the roster selection process?
I certainly, obviously, I'm going to try to get my teammates on my team. Why wouldn't I? That's obviously the goal, and once they come out with whoever has made it and whoever hasn't, I guess I get to pick and choose. I don't really know how it works. I guess I just found out 2 hours ago, but obviously my first goal will certainly be able to have my teammates on my team, so absolutely.
Kelsey, how refreshing is just kind of having the last day to maybe mentally reset and look ahead now to what is a big game for this franchise, being a championship?
It's a big deal. I think that we got to approach it the right way. You got to respect the fact that you're there. You got to do right by it. So preparing and doing everything you need to do leading up to this point is very important. And if you know Minnesota, you know how great they are on both ends of the floor. So everything is important up until it tips off that night.
Have you been feeling a little bit better, a little bit different, or did you kind of just read the room here and be like, hey, I got to elevate my game a little bit more over these last few weeks?
No, I'm me. I am who I am. Who I am just comes to, it's not always going to be pretty, it's not going to be perfect, but I always vow to get my best and do my best. So lately it's just, a leap of faith, obviously, but you like to think that you're prepared for moments and that when it do come and when rhythm happens, you utilize it for the right circumstances. So lately, I just try to be in it, be focused and be neutralized to, make shots, hit shots, but also kind of just be where I'm supposed to be and honor and respect the game at the same breath.
A little extra money on the line on Tuesday night. Just what does this game mean for you guys as a team?
It's everything. Obviously, and when I say everything, as far as with our culture and everything that we established over the course of the season and in the preseason, it's a gut check to see where we are and what we need and how we need to be to make a playoff run. So, like I said, for us, it's about taking this opportunity and not just tricking it off and just kind of be prepared for the moment. But I definitely think it's a gut check for us to see where we are.